Hello YouTube, Anything's Possible Music here. How are we all doing? Now this week marks my 1 year anniversary as a musician on Spotify. Now I am proud of what I've achieved, but at the same time I'm actually really disappointed. Now am I being disappointed for no apparent reason, or is it just this happens to everyone? Now I'm just going to show you some evidence of my first year. Now if you're an unsigned artist and you're in your first year, you might see this evidence as being good for you. Now the whole point of these videos is to try and make your life a lot easier, and if I can learn anything, I'll just pass it on to other people, and this will be evidence-based examples of how my first year's gone. Now I am of the opinion that Spotify is a bit of a con. Now if you're not with a label or with a marketing company, then you're probably going to struggle, but at the same time anything's possible, and that's why we're all here really. We want to just get music heard, and let's see how it goes. So this is just going to be a recap of my first year. You get to see some examples of where it's gone well for me and where it hasn't, and what I'm hopefully going to achieve in the next year or so. I'm not going to be disappearing anytime soon, so let's keep going. Now please just drop a comment. If you're in your first year, your second year, your first year, drop a comment. How did the first year go for you? The more we can learn, the better it is for everyone. So this comment section is just going to be full of people talking about how well it's gone for them, how well it went for me, etc, etc, and let's learn from each other. So that's it. So enjoy the rest of the video. So thank you very much. I'm just going to do you a couple of little points here, the good, the bad and the ugly, of what I think has gone well for me and what hasn't. Now I am money down, I'm a bit low on confidence, but hopefully it will come good in the end. Anything's possible, remember, so just keep going and keep plugging away. So they're just some good points there for you. Now if I go to my Anything's Possible page, you can basically see some of the music that I've released over the last year. Now I'm still very proud of what I've achieved, but I have made mistakes. Now I would say the biggest mistake I actually made was actually just releasing an album straight out of the blue. Now when I look back at it, I realise I should have probably just released a couple of singles first hand, just maybe one or two every couple of months just to get in the flow of it. But I ended up just following my heart and releasing an album, which I look back and think actually it was a bit of a mistake. So I've had some success. Music is a Drug of Choice is my personal success with about 14,000 streams, and I have promoted that quite heavily compared to some of the other songs on my album, but please check it out. There are some pretty good bangers on there, I believe, so I'm very proud of what I achieved. What I have thought about afterwards is I did really need to release a couple of singles to keep it going. So this is the Space Race, which has gone really well for me. Brothers and Sisters, which is my current single. Angels and Flutes, which is a sort of very chilled bass song. And Euphoria, which is my experiment into synth pop. But so I've got plenty of more songs to come along. And I've just learnt a few lessons, which you can see here. So it's a very difficult journey. Now, I believe it's worth doing. Persist with it. So if we go and have a look at my Spotify for artists, you can see that I've been heard about 37,000 times over the first year. So if we go and have a look at where I started, which is just about here somewhere, you can see basically for the first couple of months I just was all over the shop. I just didn't know what I was doing, was struggling to get heard. I was like, oh, I keep making mistakes, no one wants to listen to my music, etc. And then I started just doing my research, and finally things started to happen in terms of who I was using to publicise my music and get it promoted. So some of it might be fake. If you check out some of my other videos, I'm not sure how real some of the streams are, I'll be honest with that, but I like to think most of them are. So that's Spotify for artists. It was quite brief, but please check out some of my other videos. Now let's go and have a look at my personal favourite, which I've used, which is Twitter. Now, I quite like Twitter, so I prefer it to some of the other social medias. So Twitter is a very good way of getting your music heard. So please let us know your Twitter accounts, and please follow mine. So if you go to my profile, the link is in the description. You can see that I follow a lot more people than actually follow me. Now, obviously I've used Twitter primarily to get heard, so if you go and have a look at these people that I follow, some of these are really useful, some of these are really helpful, so please check them out, please give them a follow. There's some really good people on Twitter, and there's some really good ways that they'll help you to get heard. There's automatic ways of getting on Spotify playlists. If you just tweet them, they'll add you. There's some people that create playlists for you if you send them a tweet, so check out my profile. Now let's go and have a look at Facebook. I haven't used Facebook as much as I should have. I use it more as a diary of what's happening. So if you follow my Facebook page, link in the description, you can see basically updates. I have started to use Facebook ads. Now I will do a couple of videos on their success. They haven't gone particularly well for me, but as you can just see, I'm just showcasing what's happened on my musical journey. So if you wanted to check out the link, you can see everything I've done. Let's go and have a look at Instagram, which I personally think is terrible. I do not like it whatsoever. Now, I have primarily used it to promote my mindfulness and positivity side of my branding. So anything's possible is about giving people hope. So if you look through here, you can see a few of my stats for my streams, but primarily I use it to sort of give hope to people, but it hasn't worked out for me on that side of things, which is a bit disappointing. So I have done a video on Instagram, so please check it out. Now overall, what do I think? So these are just some of the things that I believe in, so have a read of them. Now it is a long journey. If wherever you are on your musical journey, please drop a comment so we can discuss how it's gone for you. Now I do like to respond to people's comments, but yeah, plenty more music to come, I would say. I'm not going to be disappearing anytime soon. I've got loads of music to get through, so it's just about learning and getting on with it, really. So that's my 1 year anniversary present. So thank you very much.